Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mickey. Today I thought I would talk to you guys about my 2-week wait symptoms, or the kind of symptoms that I experienced very early on in my pregnancy before I got my positive test results. So before we get into the juicy bits of the video, don't forget guys to give the video a big thumbs up, press that subscribe down below, and yeah, let's get into it. I tried to film this video when I was fresh out of my 2-week wait and I was 5 weeks pregnant, but that day I couldn't, and my cats were going crazy and it just made me so upset and I just couldn't handle it. I was starting to get really sick at that point, so that was just not good. I'm filming this when I am 13 weeks and 5 days. So to start off with, I wanted to talk about the kind of symptoms that I experience when I ovulate. And specifically this time I had kind of weird symptoms that I don't normally have. So the first one that is totally abnormal for me is that I actually got ovulation nausea to the point where I was sick to my stomach. And that is not something that I typically get every month, but this time I was really aware of when my ovulation was. So the fact that that morning I was sick to my stomach kind of, to me, says that that was ovulation nausea induced. And then after, the day after, for about a week or so, I would say, I get exhaustion and very, very tired. Once you ovulate, you get a big spike in the level of progesterone hormone that your body is producing. Those were the kind of indicators for me that I was ovulating. I also did kind of get a little bit of cramping on just the right side. So now that I had kind of established that I had ovulated and I was using OPKs, or ovulation predictor kits, which is like a little test strip, kind of like a pregnancy test that you pee on or dip into a sample, and it will indicate whether your LH levels, or luteinizing hormone levels, are high enough to the point where you are clearly ovulating. So I was tracking my ovulation very closely that month, and I will definitely do a video for you guys about that, because I loved watching videos like that when I was trying, and not even when I was trying, before. I just love videos like that. Once I ovulate, I get that exhaustion, like I said, and this time specifically, that exhaustion was very intense. I had to have a nap every single day. I'm not a big nap person because I don't sleep very well at nighttime, and I find that having a nap during the day really throws off my rhythm and doesn't help me sleep very well. The fact that I was so exhausted that I had to have a nap every day for almost a week was kind of strange to me. I do get that exhaustion, but this one was way more intense. So that was my first symptom. The second symptom that I noticed in that first week, that I was getting really out of breath from doing nothing. I do have asthma, so I get out of breath kind of more often than normal, but I was just out of breath from doing things like going from my bedroom to the washroom. The third symptom was I was getting kind of dizzy. When you stand up too fast and you get a little bit dizzy, I was getting that kind of frequently. And I wasn't standing up too fast, it's just when I stood up, I would get just a little bit dizzy. So something that started pretty soon after was I got tender nipples. They were so sensitive and just could not, clothes brushing against it, anything. It was just so painful and annoying. So that one was one that really stood out to me, because that is not something that I get when I'm PMSing. And now we're at day 9 DPO. If you don't know what that is, it means days post ovulation. So on day 9, I got this cramping, and I firmly believe that it was implantation cramping, and it was quite strong, but it wasn't the same as PMS or period cramping. It felt much more of a pulling kind of sensation on like either side of my uterus, like pulling, and just like this really strange feeling cramping that wasn't what I was used to and not something that I really felt before. At that point, I was a little concerned that maybe I had gotten pregnant and that cramping was a bad sign, but I do think that that was implantation cramping. So the next one, which I got on like day 10 DPO, was hot flashes. I was getting hot flashes like crazy, and that lasted for about 2 weeks, the hot flashes. And my hands and my feet were getting really sweaty and clammy, which was so strange. And on day 10 DPO, I also took a pregnancy test, but there wasn't a line. I was kind of convinced that there was a faint line, but I didn't want to like hype myself up because after 5 months of negatives, I just didn't want to get my hopes up. So I was like, okay, that's nothing. There's no line. Kind of early anyways. Some people can get a positive at 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 DPO, but given the fact that I was pretty sure that my implantation cramping happened on day 9, it wasn't positive at that point. So going forward to day 11 DPO, that is when I really got the symptom that made me know, because I had this feeling even before I ovulated that like this was gonna be the month. I just had this feeling, you know, February was the month that I was going to get pregnant, and well, I was right. So there's that. I need a break from talking. I always watch these pregnancy videos and people are like, oh, I can't breathe, and they sound so out of breath, but it's like so true and so relatable. And so this crazy symptom on day 11 is that I got a bunch of little tiny pimples all over the place. Like I had a whole bunch of little ones on my forehead, and when I am PMSing and I get that acne, it's usually like one big one. So all these little tiny ones was super weird to me. And I also got acne on my upper arm up here, which is, again, not something that really happens to me. And it was that acne on my arm that I was like, this must be a pregnancy symptom. Like it must be. I have never gotten this amount of small pimples all over the place. And then we go to day 12 DPO, and that is when I got my positive pregnancy test. I did film my reaction, so if you guys haven't seen that yet, I'll post it in the cards above and the description below for you. And then on day 12 DPO is when my nausea started, and that went severely downhill very quickly. Next week, I will be doing a first trimester update for you guys, probably 2 parts because there's a lot to cover. So I will make sure that I go into detail about all the symptoms from the first trimester there for you guys. Don't forget to press subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And other than the nausea, I was so thirsty, and that thirstiness definitely has stuck with me. So that is it. That was my 2-week wait symptoms. Nothing too crazy, but I definitely knew that I was pregnant. Like I could feel it. I could sense it, if you will. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Press the subscribe down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.